climbs right up. The pros and cons of domesticated animals. And you know the pros are always demonic. Once you cipher it all. The sin to eat meat. The sacrificial sins.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
To sin for sins, for a sinful trade. Why have freedom when you can trade? And hold it hostage and sell, and call it capitalism. What's up, buddy? The hardcore truth is atomic. It's in the DNA and how DNA is made to begin with. And destroyed. Yeah, actually, yeah, yesterday, create, destroy. But don't forget, this actually made something. In the particles. Too many liars, too many secret keepers. And in fact, what we feed into, you know, feed into the negative, perhaps it'll change us temporarily for a character. That's the pros of being affected by intoxicity. Is that can you play the character? Can you interact? You know, sometimes the world feels, if it hates you, or if people hate you, then you could seek love, seek nothing. For geometric design, or you can embrace the creation. It doesn't have to be true. That's not how democracy works. Democracy don't give a shit about truth. It's a numbers game. The cons of democracy is that it doesn't actually care about truth. I mean, if you look at it, it's more about psychological warfare. Mathematical geometric designs on people's minds. It's a beatdown club. Why go courting? You go to court. You go to court. You know, because maybe someone just wants money or something. You know, it's like, and it's still like, and be like, you can have a shitload of money. But then it's like, should anyone have it? The restrictions. You can argue the case. You know, the more and more you tear it apart, the more and more you know it. Right? What it is. What is it? Like I said, you think that they're doing something right, but yet, have you actually ever seen it for yourself? What do you see? And how do you see it? And now, the judgment is into a role, into a slot machine. But it turns out, most aren't even into, exterminating, even if they do catch something. They just relocate. And the geometric timer begins. I mean, there's killers that'll be getting out of jail, prison, less than 25 years. Welcome to America. Hey, as long as you're killing for the
Many
good
years
guy,
ago,
right?
when you were just a boy,
Who the fuck's
you
the
and
good
I
guy?
rode this way together, accompanying your
For
father
the
on a
higher number.
scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not
Me,
surprised you
personally?
don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle.
I'm not that evil.
I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand,
It's not where my sins
bawling
lie.
like a babe.
Or be. Pretty sure I can create a character that could do it though. If ever given it the time of like a suppressed cruncher. But I would always need a character.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
Someone that I'm not. Times it's like just not being
there
evil
she
enough.
is. The good old Dalamil
Democracy,
Inn.
capitalism.
Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Yeah, I come to the conclusion. There's a lot of white lies, right? You good at evil? You gonna be good at evil? Anybody? Curious George? Magic? Iconic placements? Me personally, I don't even need a bed. It's not for me. I could lay on the floor.
Look, there.
Lay on this futon.
Those are ashen steeds.
In fact, it's good for
No
my
doubt
back.
about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal.
The court.
Dogs aren't allowed inside.
It's a funny word. I wrote something earlier, like about a quarter. Demonic quarter's desire. Like nothing but the truth. How about this? Nothing but the truth. In and out of the quarter's demonic desires. That's nothing but... What's going on, buddy? You want... I can't read cat minds for a second. Hang on. What's going on, buddy? What's up? Mess. You? Oops, George is gonna steal it here. No, he stole it again. You're usually the thief, Magic. Looks like Curious is beaten me. I might get a package today, I don't know. Well, a game today. But I shouldn't have ordered, potentially, but... This is probably too much. Five pieces of cat candies. Valley size. Could be poison. Seafood medley flavor. How evil of me. To trust. To gamble. How evil of me to gamble. To trust. To trust is to gamble. Unless you're some kind of being able to analyze everything, but then if you're analyzing everything, reading everything, then you don't need to trust to begin with because you already know. Right? I do not trust. I know. I do not believe. I know. Demonic sorcery. That's probably more like me. Hood up
Good day to
at
you.
the
Eating?
bar table.
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you
I
recommend?
could make my own, so.
Well, if you're after something light, we
A
do
real
a fine
dog
chocobo
eat.
soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then.
It's more for visual
Right you are.
purposes.
Hey,
If
girl!
one does go.
Coming!
Or enabled persons.
Your pal?
You could
Would you
say
rather
that
be my
everyone who
squire?
goes to a restaurant is enabled by the government. Or they're an actor for visual purposes. Or they like to be caught in a painting. Interesting. Perspective. I believe I'm supposed to be conditioned to say good morning or no one will give a shit. I give a shit. Right? About hello, how are you? Maybe not. Maybe so. We could stare at each other for hours straight. If that's what you want to do.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet
Might be
well
able
enough
to.
to travel.
Depends.
If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on.
No.
Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will
Truth is,
soon
I
depart
really
for the
don't
front.
care. I used
I
to.
must speak with him at
Believe
all
it or not.
costs. Miss
I
this
used to.
chance and I may never get another.
But the
You
more
do
years go
understand
by,
that?
the less I care. That's
Yes,
so real.
Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Everybody's fucked. Do you see where the paper goes? Do you have clairvoyance? You vibing this out? What's this vibe? It's Final Fantasy time. English. Gobbledygook. I just got an army of haters right there.
But all I see is sand.
How
I
disrespectful
hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any
of
trouble.
me.
We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
The polices are coming.
You!
The polices are coming. The Protomock. Can't speak.
Uncle? Sorry.
You know, my accent says that I'm evil. My tone. This is how I talk. Forever. How's this voice make you feel? Oh, does this sound like?
Can you walk, Your Grace?
For you?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Oops, sorry. My bad. We're reckless. The bottle.
You two are travelers, are you not?
Is that a plane?
Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while.
Is it a drug? It's in the air.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Better read.
Friend.
Be careful what you read. It may become it'll etch into your very skin and change you. I'm not reading nothing. You could say it's an unseen, uncanny
We have a moment to
element.
lose. Friend. Stay back,
Disruptor.
Uncle.
Could be coming from somewhere else. The darkness. It's me.
It's the
What
outlaw.
what's the darkness in the corner?
Try it.
It's me.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Stay down.
Oh my god, if you play GTA, you're a horrible person. Play violent games, y'all. Be careful. Little horseshit, right? Seriously, it's fucking little horseshit. It's just a bunch of control freaks. People just, they're the worst people in existence. The ones who wish to control someone. There's no one worse in this world than dictators. I mean, I'd rather have, there's even levels of dictation, right, or controllers. I mean, I'd rather take a Glock to the face, you know, or be shot, than be a slave. That's really bad. It really is. This is like, that's a suppressor. Imagine what that does to your brain.
Now's our chance.
I unfortunately can't imagine and even feel it.
Your Grace?
Dark Mandates. You could use fight sin with sin. Sinful trade. Again, I repeat, there's nothing worse than controllers. I met many controllers, like human controllers, that control all sorts of people in this world, or try. Or an idea, control an idea, a word, even they'll enslave the idea for their servitude. But you see, it's like this lock. The people know about me. I mean, you could take words, or you can actually see for yourself if you put cameras on me 24/7. I wouldn't object, but if I, the only thing I would suggest if you're putting cameras on everyone 24/7, make sure
What is it now?
that it's all the footage and no one edited it or tampered with it, and everyone gets to see it.
Let's go.
No exclusives. Democracy gets to see it. And it's like the court, they leak certain things. Like, the footage that they showed us on YouTube for that one that keeps coming to my mind every now and then is, like, that's a gambit. Like, it's not enough. It was clearly edited and selective. It was very selective footage. If I could think of places where I was recorded, and if they wanted to use content, they could, but then they would also have to either edit out their content because they were sinning, perhaps, let's say.
All they said to themselves. Their guest is in the
But think about that. Like, I know people, I hung out with people that most people wouldn't want to hang out with, let's just put it that way. Unless they wanted to combat, like, molestation. Like, every time I'd be in the presence of this guy, if I'd be, like, hanging out with other people, and then some supposedly person that's supposed to be in a relationship with someone else decides all of a sudden that they think they could just, like, do whatever the hell they want with you when they want. I bet you they wouldn't show that if they had control of the footage. They'd only show you the words. That's what I said. I said words. I did have words to say. Lots of them.
Closed the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Cooker is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
Severus Snape.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people
I understand that character.
The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Own my leg. Magic.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang.
That should be illegal.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down the whole mine for it.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Don't walk backwards or go to jail.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me.
What the fuck was that? I don't remember. I didn't come up with that. I actually heard that somewhere.
Trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the
Control
same.
will be controlled.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for.
Maybe
You
I'm
said
the.
Sid's contact was likely to be
I could compare myself to the male version of.
Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
If Britney Spears was a Holy Spirit, which she definitely isn't, but.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
But I could definitely see comparisons. Characters. Long-term relationship was.
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina
Doesn't
Delamere.
exist.
A long-standing pillar of your community,
Short-term,
I believe, from
at
old
best.
trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families.
What's a marriage?
Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
Do you truly love the marriage? Do you need the marriage?
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this fella knows.
About the marriage.
Hanging lanterns, keep it up. Silver platters, just like they eat off in Castle Dasbog.
Excuse me. Are you
Cost you
further?
$1 million.
I am.
$1 lousy million.
I hope so. You've lived here for some
They
time,
can
is that
easily
correct?
afford that.
Do you know Rosina Delamere? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what
That's not even that
business
much.
do you have with
Don't
the desert
don't
air?
lowball yourself.
She was a close friend of mine.
Devalue yourself.
I was hoping she might be able to help me.
This
Very
I could
well.
put on the market for
Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
$1 billion, at least. I'd say $1 trillion. Somebody says, how much, are you worth? And everyone has a price. Everything has a price. But yet, no one has ever purchased me.
Just look at the detail.
Do you
One
think we can
merely
trust him?
lousy
Only as
$1
far as I think
trillion.
he trusts.
How about that?
So
That's
you're
not
the ones
fair.
who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Okay.
Don't play the fool.
The
Stick
lowest
your
I'll
nose in
go
our business and you're
is $1
likely to
billion.
lose it.
That depends on who you are. $1 million is way too big.
Stay down. Give me thunder.
I'm worth more than I'll be forever. They tried to give me the new point. Right place. You'd have to get someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're getting into. I know how you were probably sick son of bitches. Your daughter and bastards. They don't call it the City of Fallen Angels for no reason. Let's just put it that way. But they also don't call New York the Empire State for no reason. That Big Apple. Never quite understood that one. The only thing, if the apple like was Snow White to knock you out, the apple was a drug. Don't eat that apple; it's poisonous. It'll grant you immortality, though. Hell it will. Times Square. Interesting name for a place. Square time. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Twilight Zone.
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Further?
Look
This way,
what the
Wiki
cat dragged in.
gets revealed.
Your skill with a blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent
It's
for
already
an
arrived a
outlaw.
long time ago.
You know who I am.
Was present,
So what now?
residing, captive.
Call in the men of the rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to
Something
make.
this way, Wiki
Our work is done.
be revealed.
Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To
the Lock of Leisure.
Oh no.
Plates and pots! Bowls and
Demonics infiltrate.
bread warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
My carpet.
Hey baby, what's going on? Yeah,
Is this the place?
you go up there if you want. George does it all the time, as long as there's no food.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a
The windows
woman of
look good.
experience. How
Exploring.
wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him.
Yeah,
Whoever this Lubor truly is,
you okay?
he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect. See that he gets it.
This one was mine before my landlord told me I couldn't have cats. In the landlord's defense,
Lubor,
I
Lord
got the
Further
cat
told me to
even
bring
though it
them
was
to
in my
you.
contract not to. I broke the contract to begin with.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
And I knew
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
That for you, magic.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
This place is a little bit messy.
So, What do we need to
a lot of
do
different places.
to earn your trust?
More messages than others.
Hmm.
And just like the natural environment.
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what
Look
he
at it.
wants.
See hot sauce bottles.
Men like you
Apple.
have a special place in my
Almost
heart.
full. All over the room.
Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Buffalo Cheez-Its over there in the corner.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out.
All the way down
It's
my
only
arm.
natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course.
Right in the...
5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age?
Here.
But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
Can't really anything up there.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard.
Nothing you
One
can eat,
catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense.
You got water out in the kitchen.
Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
I can't afford the phone, that's
It
all.
will be easy.
Unfortunately,
Solving
I
his
gotta
little
at
riddle
least
should be
try
like
to
dealing with
protect the phone
him.
for a bit longer.
Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right.
That's not entirely accurate.
Good luck, Uncle.
Someday I might have no talent anymore. George
I thought we were the only
smashed
ones
it.
causing trouble in Dalamil.
He's not sick.
Oh, no unit. Smashed it. Smashed it.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them,
costs too much.
they aren't sharing.
And they're too big. They're like most of the time, unless you like want to be surrounded around things, like you have like animals and stuff. They're even easier to break than monitors. I had a pretty good, I've had a couple of very good monitors at the time, where I could throw them on the ground and they were still pretty strong. I remember that. I had a super durable, I think it was a Dell once, monitor.
Depends what for.
Could take a hell of a
Just a
beating.
question.
Don't do that
Dalamil
with
seems to be
Samsung.
thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
And
Is there a reason for that?
I doubt it will survive.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the
thicker,
mother crystal
the
and the
glass
shamans
is
need a place
thicker
to spend their
than
hard-earned
the
gil.
TVs, the Samsung
The men of the
TVs.
rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so?
But the Samsung TVs, I could put my finger through them.
Thank you.
If you're not careful.
Don't
that's
let
how
me keep you from your
sensitive
work
they
any
are.
longer.
That TV I had. See, I was paying for performance, not their ability to stay.
The
That's
juiciest
the
steak
ability
was
to
silken soft. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Garbage.
Well, I hope you gave as good as you got.
What can I do for you,
But
soldier?
as performance
Need that sword polishing?
goes, it's actually one of the best TVs.
not a soldier.
Oh, then be off with you.
fun.
I serve the men of the rock and the men of
Back
the
then,
rock
it was
only.
competing. There was only one above it in Samsung library.
An agreement with
Even the ones that were coming
Don't be
after it was
stupid. I just know which side my bread is
not
buttered.
much different.
Don't want to be stuck under some pauper
The
when
only
they come knocking.
competitor that TV really
Pockets
had
deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them.
was LG.
No,
OLED.
just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get
Right
an idea
now, I
what's
don't
been
know. I
going
keep
on.
track. I know it's not
Byron's
And
learned anything
I
of
mean, I
use.
see fucking holographic TV.
They'll probably be back at the inn by now.
So, I had a projector once, but I'm not playing. I would never play video games on it. Tried once. It looks like shit.
Finest fabrics, fresh from the
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
I watched The Walking Dead and Frankenstein and Dracula and stuff on it because it was like perfect for that type of stuff. Like if you just want to watch like really old grindy films, like, and it works because those films actually in some cases are better looking with less quality than like 4K. Like, there's definitely movies out there that like you don't want to watch with like high resolution and all that shit. The Night of the Living Dead, you'll be seeing every single mistake in the film, or the Evil Dead, the old Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. You can see the strings in the higher quality. Like if you darken it, you can actually create quality, but you can't see it. Just for the film.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
Someone makes fucking movies for.
Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was
Atari
with you?
2600.
Yes, he's upstairs, but
Which to me, again, goes back to what I used to say. There's no such thing as
Thank you.
trash.
I'll go and fetch him.
There was literally, like, I believe there was even HD VHS. Really, it's just like a matter of choice and preferences. Things went, I believe, over because mostly memory. You store more on a disc and it's cheaper. And then that's why I moved to Blu-ray. George was a barn cat that my parents basically adopted. Then, yeah, I guess that's what you would say, adopted. And then, Pepper came from next door, neighbors, when the lady went to the nursing home to die, pretty much. Just like my grandma went to a nursing home to die, is how I really beat around the bush. Went to a nursing home to die, pretty much.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
There's two cats.
What was all that crashing and banging
For
about
some
before?
reason my parents didn't take both. They only took one. They chose to take only one. The Magic here was the only cat out of the bunch that was mine, and the one that I chose. And she's also the oldest. Despite that she's the smallest, she's also a lot older than that. Aren't you? Laws a bit like she has to come on her own terms and has razor sharp nails, like nails that can stab you and leave holes in. And she has a pissing problem, unfortunately.
Do you think they'll be back soon?
So she shits in the litter box, but sometimes she does not piss in the litter box.
Silver platters, just like sweet incense.
So I guess I changed the litter so high for it. And perhaps all the other cats are doing fine. Maybe you just need a different type of litter. Can't let them go outside now. I mean, if you got them early and trained them, they're way too domesticated. I've been an indoor cat for so long. Magic's too small, a freaking bird we use. George might be okay, even though he doesn't have fresh claws, because he
Will
came from
this
the outdoors
suffice as a deposit?
originally when he was a kitten.
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my
It'll also
collection
be the hardest to
that I would
get
be only
back.
too happy to part
Like if he
with,
does go outside.
should you give me reason to do so.
Magic won't even stay.
I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
Pepper will come back if you just...
What are you doing, Uncle?
Food, stuff like that. So it's like, I would assume, butterbox stuff. George, I just have a sense it was more likely like he would still come back, but he'd also go far. He'd be running around. Pepper might climb a tree. I've heard that she got out once and climbed a tree, but
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase
took for ages
crystals.
just to get rid of the
I had no
fleas,
luck,
I
of
remember.
course. It's
She was
forbidden
very
to trade in
susceptible
such
to fleas.
things. But
A long time
my
ago.
uncharacteristic
Now it's like once in a blue moon
just
they do
happened to
one.
attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me
But she's
aside
gotten a lot
and said
better.
they could
She used
procure
to
the crystallized
whip her
salt
hair out.
if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof.
I thought they'd ask for more.
You gotta
A
whisper.
second-rate specimen like that would only fetch
So they're
500,000
not
or so.
invest in
A
time.
small price to pay for admittance to the
It's
underworld.
like, think about it, the mind
But
deviates
enough about my little act of
go
subterfuge.
somewhere else.
What did you discover?
That the supply of
more
crystals
you
has dried
invest.
up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen.
What are you whispering?
Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private
You won't
guard
need
have been spending
physically
money
anything.
all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Want to see something potentially creepy
That preening popinjay thought
that
this
I've
would
been
be
having to deal with for some time now?
It just goes to
Doesn't
show
creep me
one
out,
should
but
never
it's better.
underestimate a
Why
Rosfield.
is it not?
We'll soon wipe
1
that
second.
smirk off his face.
Just fucking all tied up.
I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
It really is tying a knot back here. So, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't see it, I don't think. But there's a gnome. A broken gnome. With his eyes, his dark blackened eyes. Staring at me. It's a broken statue. It really does not come through the camera. Well, now I can see it slightly, the white beard. And the blue. Camera. But it has black eyes, like demon eyes, you know? It's crooked like this. And it's like exactly positioned to where I'm sitting. Sits there underneath it, but it's just staring at me. This gnome. Nobody lives over next door, so
Let me treat you.
stray cats. That's it.
I need to drink.
That they actually turn the underneath into they eat the mice and stuff, the small things around here. But they there's a hole underneath their trailer. That's like a dog door. but instead there ain't no dogs in there. There is cats. A couple. I think there's 3. At least 3. They come and go. And they actually go in there to sleep. They go underneath the trailer. They're super strays. Like, to the point if you brought them inside your house, they'd ruin your house.
Fucking men of the wrong.
You could feed them, keep them outside, but that's about it. I wouldn't suggest bringing them inside. Because they survive. They're more survival. They survive during the winter, you name it.
This river runs all the way to the
I've seen the same 3 cats over and over again.
They used to load the crystal onto barges
If there's
and sail
more,
it to the villages downstream.
they either died or I just didn't see them.
Lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
Come think about it. I've heard some horrible things underneath that trailer, like potential cannibalism.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle greens.
Like, one of the cats might have eaten one of the other cats by the sounds of it. Damn it. Can't swim. Oh, I have to fuck around.
Plates and pots! Bowls and laces!
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
My carpets have pride of place in...
Actually, it reminds me of Assassin's Creed Origins, which was the last Assassin's Creed game I ever finished.
It's over.
take it from here.
What the hell would I name this stream? I wonder what random monstrosity I called it.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem. My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs.
I read this
They're not here
backwards.
to do business. Kill them.
I never read it forward. Otherwise, I don't cross forward.
It's not over yet, Uncle. I'm just getting warmed up.
Electrified chocobo. Roasted on fire. Electrified chocobo. Honest to God, I stopped paying attention to the story at some point, for real. Like, I just started to be like, yeah, it's giving, I don't care.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like
Talk
my
about being
performance,
branded.
huh?
Still,
I'm off to play the villain on the stage.
I don't know what
think
they're
I
at
did
now.
the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent.
Why are they out in the desert?
Particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an
For the hell
audience,
of it.
but perhaps
Who
that's
knows?
for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
Perhaps looking for an army? I don't know.
For the common folk and conspiring
Oh,
with
the
the
crystals.
royalists.
That's right. Something to do with the crystals.
Now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely
Breakfast.
any means of redress against Kupka's men,
I
let
haven't
alone
eaten
for an
anything yet.
army. Until you two came along, that is.
Double a cracker for breakfast.
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Hot sauce for breakfast. I could do that with all of them too. Except for that fucking
Still don't know your name.
scorpion pepper one.
Clive.
I would be careful with that one.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the south gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades.
What the hell is
Those
that
left
noise?
behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Hello?
Thank you. And please allow me to
Illusion.
cover your costs. You
there.
still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust. I saw you pluck it from
I never
one of the
actually even
bodies.
looked into what the hell that said. Something about
Was I
copyright.
really so obvious?
Some
And my
TikTok. I
name
don't
is
even
not
use TikTok.
Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield. Thank you
I had
very
a couple
much.
things on there, and that's it.
Thank you very much, Greybeard.
I use Instagram probably when it comes to all the photos more.
Here, wear this.
I use YouTube the most above all. Most of my stuff.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
It's thrown in the garbage.
And please,
You don't even go
feel
on.
free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Umia lostelan. Tu isakelis.
I'm
I'm told I
trusting
should
you,
go
Sid.
to
Or should I say,
Mardi
Clive?
Gras.
So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
New Orleans is right down my alley.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle.
Never been there.
Let's go.
probably will go this year, actually. I'm thinking about it. And I'm going to Texas, so then might as well stop by.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Which means I may or may not, by the way. Doesn't actually mean I will. I'm billion ways down the west. I'll be right back. I need poison. I need to do the impossible. See through my boxes. Oh my. Where the fuck is the toilet? I guess I wipe it on the tits. I just have statues, not here, but I just like keep my place clean. My collection. When I used to host events. All sorts of shit. I was more classy. I had more style, I'd say. But people stopped because people get pulled in every direction by other people. They get influenced. Taxes come to kill people. Stuff like that. I mean, they don't design to help anything but to kill. Right? What's the real purpose of the dollar? Nobody's saving anybody with a dollar. We'll save you with this dollar, with $1 million. You have the resources? Sounds like negotiating with terrorists to me. It's those, they have the resources and they're just denying people from having the resources. Access. You could lay here. I'm just gonna make it a little more comfortable for you. I'm sitting here thinking, that's all. It's just like markers and stuff. Sharpies. You wanna lay on Sharpies? There you go. I don't know, that's the best I could do. Homemade bed at the moment. Let's see. You like my hoodie, right? One of my mini hoodies. Mixture. Here. Here, no. I'm not trying to scare you. Whatever. There. Place is a mess. Believe it or not. My dresser broke, so when it starts folding and stacking over here, they just fall, so. And the hamper's out there. But the problem is that these are clean clothes mixed in with like dirty hoodies and stuff. Like that, there's a bunch of potentially questionable things in the mix, including sheets, comforter, pillows, cases that somehow find them way off. Like, I don't know, does anyone else have that issue? That's why, and then the pillow will end up way across the room. Like, I don't need one, I'm just sleeping on, like, right into the bed, head first. And then the pillowcase disappears in the middle of what do you call that? Bedtime? Sleep? Just give up. This is me giving up, I guess. Fuck it. Why be jacked when you can give a crack? Really? I'm thinking I would wrap around this shit. Where's Vivian? Dead? Probably. My luck. Alright, let's go.
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, sir. Kneaded to a silken softness, like it in a cloud with a crust.
Hanging lantern! Ah, they've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the farm now, at least.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Can you, like, use these birds? Is this a side quest?
We'll be all...
There's a lot of content out there. I was watching Fallout more on the background of that, but I didn't post it. I'm very selective in what I share. And sometimes it's just like, almost like, sometimes it's not selective at all. It's just like a random, what is this Instagram for? A mess of eating, meeny, miny, moes. It's like, if you're gonna go to any of these concerts, just because you like someone doesn't mean, you know, I would assume. The answer is possibly some, definitely not all. I mean, it's unrealistic. I couldn't go to them all, even if I wanted to.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought.
At the end of the day,
Allow me to share a secret.
so far my
Drake's
endeavors
Fang is
are
currently
every time I'm
riddled
at
with
a concert,
Talmeki and Walud are allies. And
I just
as
end
you've
up
seen,
wandering
their soldiers work
on
hand in
like
glove.
a solo adventure anyway by
nation has never
myself, so
before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
I have better luck
Not by
finding
choice,
people
at
in a bar and talk to musicians at a bar.
man on the inside of the Fang has failed
Than
to
I do
report
at a
for several
concert.
days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest.
Again, I don't actually seek.
I've lost one Cid already. If I
I
lose
think, like,
another, people will start to think
of
me
things that
careless.
cross my mind every now
I
and
don't
then.
plan on dying.
What ifs. But
Not before Kupka does, anyway.
then I just
Well, so long as you're
wander
on the
down the street, like Portland, Maine, in the middle of the night. Just me, walking down the street. Very dramatically, come to think about it. Look straight out of a movie.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
Buy a chocobo. Chocobo. Ooh, of course this is a dead end. Poison. Brain cell. Another brain cell popped. To recover that later. I'm not careful, I'll die. It's not very attractive to be alive. Perhaps.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Fucking A.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
I hate my life.
Along with goodness knows how many
I mean,
guards,
it's wonderful.
all on
Hell
highest
is also.
alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Fuck it.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I
6 months old.
was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers.
Just not kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Even kidding is lying.
I realize
God damn
that
it.
spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father.
Yeah, mommy.
You would see
Forgetting.
me follow in his footsteps. That is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria.
Fucking world.
But
Be
by
nice.
extending his ideals
Quote in
to the
paint.
whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy,
I think my love.
I am certain my cause is just.
Let it suffocate you. Drown you.
You really are
Drown you.
just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back
Let's
to
say,
me.
take me to your leader.
I am proud
How about
to call
take
you
me to your
nephew.
creator? Your new creator. Your old
Well
creator.
then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my
The creator of your
Canberran friend
creators.
to share his considerable
Of that creator.
talents.
It's like a branch tree.
I mean to plunder
Branching.
his coffers and prove myself worthy of a
Here's
place in
the
your merry
seed
band.
of your creator. Then
Till
of you.
then.
Another creator. Oh, another creator. Another creator. Another creator.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew.
Die, 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 die,
We
die,
have
die,
much
die,
to
die,
catch
die,
up
die.
on, you and I.
Every branch
I should
actually leads
expect
to
you
death.
to regale me with the tales
Oh, there's not
of
even a
all
single
your
one that
adventures
doesn't.
when next we meet.
They all go to one place. It's called death.
You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Branch by branch. The seed of life rose to die. To paint this lie in between. Be immortal. If you want to be a robot. Artificial intelligence. That Men in Black dude that was creeping on me all those years ago on that one street.